What's going on, EDC people, and what's our journey today? The Civivi Elementum button lock. Yes, I have it. I have my hands on the Civivi Elementum button lock because it was provided by Civivi temporarily to show you. So I get to see it before it gets put out for sale. It is for sale at the end of the month of April in 2021. That's the end of this month. My advice to you, if you are interested in this knife, let me tell you up front before we talk any further, is to go to your favorite retailer site. Go find this on their page. Likely it'll say out of stock or coming soon, something like that. Usually the retailers have a section where you can put your email in and say, when it's in stock, tell me, or whatever. I highly recommend that you do that for this knife if you are one of the people who are going to jump on it, because there are many who are going to jump on it. And if you want to be in on it, you're going to have to do that. So thank you to Civivi and the Pass Around group for allowing me to bring this knife to my audience to show you how it works. Now, there's a lot of debate about this knife. The only form of deployment is that button. Okay, this is hard under the camera. There's no thumb studs. There's no flipper tab, as you clearly see, as opposed to the original Elementum, which had a flipper tab. Okay, now flipper tabs inherently usually cause a problem with full contact with what you're cutting. Sometimes it's a problem, sometimes it's not. And for people who like thumb studs can get in the way of cuts. For example, you know, you're cutting down something, the thumb studs could get in the way of that. Also, I'll just use the same knife as the example. Holes. If you're cutting cheese or something along those lines, yes, it's going to get in it. So all that having been said, this has one form of deployment, the button. No thumb studs to get in the way, no flipper tab to stop from full contact. Okay, that's, people are going to like that, hate it, whatever, but Civivi obviously had a choice to make and went with just the button. And I think that for the mass majority, for the if you were going to decide on which one, you know, which variant of or combination of those would sell the most, I think that they made the right choice. I may or may not want thumb studs or a flipper tab, but I bet you that more people are going to prefer this than had they added a thumb stud and or a flipper tab, is what I'm trying to say. That said, there's also some controversy regarding, could it be a gravity knife and therefore have some legality issues in certain areas. That's not a concern of mine in Vermont. However, it could be a concern for you. It's something that you might want to look into if you're interested in this knife. I don't know if it's going to be considered a gravity knife or not. I don't know. So you're going to have to, if you're, you know, if that's a concern of yours, if knife laws are prohibitive in your area, that might be something you want to look into and find out about. Other than that, the main question of the day is, how does it work? Is it cool? Is it fun? Can it fidget? Yes, it can. It's fun to fidget with. It's easy to deploy. It's easy to retract, especially, and I'm doing this under a camera, which is why I'm kind of rotating. But even when, you know, especially when I'm not under a camera, it's just a matter of handling it for a little while to get the timing down as far as how long you hold the button and when you let go, and then all of a sudden you've got this knife like this. And it's one of the very few knives that you don't have to move a single finger 1 inch besides pushing the button down to deploy and then retract. and you can clearly see the fidget factor is there. Now, there's going to be several variants of the knife. I know this is, I believe, the olive wood, or not olive wood, olive micarta, with clearly the black coated blade, but there's going to be others that have the satin blade, that have even, I believe they have a Damascus version coming out. So I'm sure that you'll find one that suits your fancy. This is just a quick peek at the knife, guys. It's not a review because it's not my knife, so I can't have it long enough or do the things I would want to do with it to actually give you honest and good feedback as far, as the word review is concerned. That having been said, I've had this for a while, and I've used many Civivis now, so I have a taste of what they're like. And the Civivi company, it's 14C 28N steel, if I haven't mentioned that. It's a hollow grind, it comes down to a nice thin edge. It's longer than the original Elementum, so for a lot of people that was one of the very few complaints about the original Elementum was it's just a little too short. And that's for, that's the few people who did have a complaint on it. Well, here you go. There's also going to be a fixed blade Elementum, which I believe is about the same size as this. So, this is the one I have here right now. The micarta is a bit different feeling than other Civivi micartas I've felt. This seems more hard and smooth. Maybe that's just me, and whether that's good or bad is neither here nor there. That's a preference thing. And you can see the sun is starting to come around here, so bear with the lighting. I hope, actually, let me show you a little bit more in the sun. Maybe that'll, yeah, never mind. So, ergonomically, I think it's even better than the Elementum, the original Elementum, which is hard to say because that was pretty ergonomic as it was. I think that the lengthier blade is nicer because you get just that much more reach, and the straightforward design of it is timeless and has been an obvious success for Civivi, because the Elementum was the basically knife of the 2 years or something. There's, I'm sure, going to be many dealer exclusives as well, where there's going to be different, maybe possibly exclusives, blade steels and things like that. But I highly recommend, if you like the knife, to get it when it comes out if you can, because 14C 28N steel is good. And it's gonna go fast. If it's anything like this one, it's gonna go fast. Especially, and now it's this one, but better. Well, not necessarily better, but in my opinion, a little bit better. It's got that button lock. That's the biggest thing, and a lot of people, let's face it, a lot of the people in this community like to fidget with knives. I mean, that's just fact. Get it out, whip it open, cut something, close it. Or sit on the couch, watch something, and flick it back and forth and annoy your significant other. But as soon as you, kind of handle it for more than 5 minutes, you learn really quickly how to function it very fast and well. Still got the deep carry clip. Some people wanted another form of deployment, but man, I don't know if I would. I think personally I might have added something, but I think that Civivi made the right decision for mass sales. more people are going to enjoy or like the fact that it's just the button. So, what do you guys think about this up and coming knife? Do you think that it's nice? Are you gonna want one? Are you gonna get one? I mean, the lockup is perfect. It's fun to play with. And it's fun to use. It's a good, solid knife blade geometry. It's especially comfortable for me when you creep up. Give me your thoughts down below. I'd love to hear them. Watch out for this knife being released soon. Late April 2021. I am happy to have had the chance to show you it early though. And I will try to do maybe another video in the near future after I've had it for a little longer, where I can possibly use it a little bit. Because there's only so much I can do with a knife that gets passed along. So that's the Civivi Element and Button Lock. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Let me know if you would add thumb studs, a flipper tab, if you see what I'm saying about not having them. What's your thoughts on the gravity thing? Hit thumbs up. And hey, I'm doing a 500 subscriber giveaway. If you like the content I do and you watch my videos, do me a favor and hit subscribe. Don't do it if you just don't like it, but obviously. But if you like the content, subscribe, because I want to do this giveaway bad. I have some cool stuff coming in, including stuff from other YouTube channels. So it's gonna be a decent giveaway, guys. I'm excited to do it, and I want you to be in on it. You can't be in on it without subscribing. Let me flick this back and forth a few more times for you, just to wet your whistle. I had a rhythm going. And it's much less of a flick of the wrist when you're not under the camera. Let me stress that. All of that fidgeting, and it's been passed around to other people, and the blade is nice and centered still. So I can't complain a bit. What the price point is going to be, I don't know yet. That'll make a big difference, obviously, but I have a funny feeling it's going to be reasonable knowing Civivi. And hey, that's all I've got to say on this knife, guys, right now. I'm going to go back to playing with it, and I'll see you later. Hey, thanks for tuning in to EDC Journeys. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button, consider subscribing, and have a good day.